Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the virtual college fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the presenters cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, strivescan.com/Virginia. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters, starting with our first institution, East Tennessee University.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. So hey everyone, thank you all for signing up for this panel. I would like to formally welcome you to East Tennessee State University. My name is Lily and I'm the admissions counselor for our Virginia students. If you have any questions during this presentation, don't hesitate to use the Q&A button and I'll be here to answer the questions. So what we're going to talk about today is a brief overview of our academics, residential life, tuition, and ways you can get involved on campus. So why should you choose ETSU? Located in Johnson City, Tennessee, ETSU is a public regional university that houses nearly 15,000 students. We're not too big and we're not too small, so at this size you can expect access to the resources and opportunities that larger universities have, while also maintaining a small campus feel with an average classroom size of 23 students and a 15-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. This will allow you to be able to build strong relationships with your professors and your academic advisors. We have 10 different colleges with 150 different academic programs that you can choose from. Some highlights of our programs would include our highly accredited business program, which ranks in the top 5% of all business schools in the world, to our health science programs, which we have more comprehensive health science programs than almost any other school in the US. We also have a nationally ranked teachers education program, and we offer the top computer science and the largest nursing program in the state of Tennessee. On the more unique side of things, we offer a state-of-the-art bluegrass, old-time and country music program and an esports. So as you can tell, with the 10 different colleges, 150 different academic majors, we have tons of options for you all. All right, so now let's talking a little bit about housing. We offer 10 different residence halls that you can choose from. This varies from 5 different residence styles. I'm going to start from the most affordable, which is traditional. Then we have suite style, hotel, efficiency, and our most expensive would be our apartment style. The most popular residence halls for our freshmen is in Governor's Hall, which is a hotel style, and Centennial, which is an efficiency style. With that being said, if you want to live on campus, but more specifically with students who are interested in the same program as you, then we do offer living learning communities. This is going to be a separate application from your housing application. And then just a fun fact we like to throw out is that 35% of our students who live on campus make the Dean's List every year. So we're really excited about that. But if you're interested in viewing our residential halls, you can view them virtually by going to etsu.edu/housing. All right, now talking a little bit about our tuition. So 92% of our students receive some sort of financial assistance. I don't want to mention this to try to scare anyone, but I'm mentioning it to let you know that your tuition fees can be very affordable. If you live in Washington, Lee, Scott, Bristol, or Grayson County, you will be eligible for in-state tuition, which is $9,500 per academic year. If you live in any county outside of those, then you'll be considered for an out-of-state tuition, which is now $10,500 per academic year. And I also just wanted to show you all that if you do choose to live on campus, it's about $8,938 for a student living in a traditional residence hall. So in total per year, you may be looking at $18,000 to $19,000. That's not including any scholarships or anything like that that you could be eligible for. So let's talk about getting involved on campus. So we offer over 250 different student organizations and 17 different Division I sports. With our sporting events, students can get into all of our sporting games for free by just showing their ETSU ID. Our student organizations range from club sports to academic clubs to honor societies, fraternity and sorority life, service learning organizations, and much more. So ETSU has something to offer for almost everyone. And then we also offer first-year experiences for our first-time freshmen coming in, which would be our preview weekend, and then our ETSU 1020 course and Health 1350 course, which will provide a big mentor. So now our admissions process and our requirements. So we're all about access here at ETSU, which is why we decided to go test optional for the fall 2021 academic year. You can see that for our requirements, we are still going to be accepting on an either or system, which means you can have a 2.3 high school GPA or a 19 on the ACT or SAT comparable. As I mentioned, we're test optional, so we're not requiring the SAT or ACT, but if you don't meet our GPA requirements, then you can take the SAT or ACT and be admitted based off of that score. We also require that you take 16 specific high school credits. This would include English, math, science, foreign languages, etc. We're typically pretty lenient on that. We'll work with our students on this requirement, and you can find out what classes we require by going to our admissions page. So now how do you apply and get admitted to the university? Well, your first step will be starting your online application by going to etsu.edu. When you're finished with your application, you need to make sure to submit the $25 application fee. After you submit your application fee, you will need to contact your high school and high school counselors and ask them to send your high school transcripts via email, postage mail, or parchment. If you didn't take the ACT or SAT, then that is perfectly fine. And just so you know, we are participating in a Virginia College Application Week right now. So if you want to get our fee waiver code, then you can just hit that Q&A button and we will give you the code and waive that $25 application fee. Also, if you want to visit campus, we have it in person and virtually. In person, you just go to etsu.edu/visit and then virtually etsu.university-tour.com. And then if you all have any questions, feel free to email me at fowlerlg@etsu.edu, or you can text me or call me at 423-301-5483. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. And so we are here in session B2. Next up is the University of Alabama.
Sorry, thank you all for bearing with me on my technological difficulties. I am Elizabeth Dugas with the University of Alabama, and I am the regional recruiter for Virginia. I live in Charlottesville, and if you have any questions, my contact info will be at the end. So the University of Alabama is in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It is about an hour from Birmingham, and it's roughly the same size as Charlottesville, Virginia. You can see we have a really vibrant downtown. The campus is about a mile up that street right in the middle, which is University Boulevard. You can see our federal courthouse up there under the top of the A. And then what you can't really see is under the top of the T on the left side, that's a river, which is the north border of our campus. So we have a vibrant river walk, and we have an amphitheater overlooking the river walk where we host a lot of concerts. And so there's a lot to do and lots of really great food, lots of places to go out, places for your parents to take you and visit when they come to see you. And you can see we have a historical theater downtown as well. We are a large school. We have over 30,000 undergraduate students, but almost 60% of them are from out of state. That actually went down 1% this year. It was over 60% last year. But of course, as with most colleges in this country, we lost most of our international students this year. So we're at 59% out of state. And you can see that Virginia is the number 9 state that we get students from. And you can also see that it's not just concentrated in the Deep South. Most people don't have pronounced Southern accents. So you definitely feel right at home coming from Virginia. This is our average student. We have a 3.8 average GPA and average SAT and ACT at 1280 and 28. And we rank in the top 5 nationally for national merit scholars enrolled on our campus. But in general, for admission purposes, about a 3.0 GPA is usually sufficient to get you in. And then about a 21 on the ACT or a 1060 on the SAT. And I'll get to our testing requirements in just a minute. So this is our list of majors, we have most everything, not quite everything. We're not a land-grant school, so we don't have those type of majors, but we are a classic liberal arts institution. Arts and Sciences is our largest college. So anything that falls into that category, we're going to be strong in. All of our majors are strong. All of them have undergraduate research opportunities. We are an R1 research institution, and all of them are also going to have internship and externship opportunities as well. You can also double major or design your own major. We do have an honors college. To be admitted to that as an incoming freshman, it takes a 3.5 GPA and a 30 ACT or a 1360 SAT, or you can just wait till you've attended Alabama for one semester, and then you're eligible for admission to the Honors College as long as you earn a 3.5 in that one semester, and we won't look at anything from your high school days. Campus life is very vibrant. Obviously, things look a little bit different right now, but we have over 600, it's really closer to 700 student organizations. We have the #1 Greek system in the entire nation, but that's merely one way to get involved. There are plenty of other ways to get involved as well. So if that doesn't interest you, pick one of our other organizations. And we have some of the best food you'll find on any college campus, a strong commitment to community service, and the largest Starbucks you'll find on any college campus in the nation. Quick overview of our housing. We have 3 housing types. The vast majority of our students live in what we call suites, but they're really like apartments. They're 4-bedroom, 2-bath suites. So you get your own bedroom, you share a bath with only one other person, and you share a kitchen and a living room with 3 other people. And we guarantee housing for all freshmen on our campus. We do have athletics. We're pretty good at most of our sports. We're usually ranked in most of them. We're currently #2 in football. In a normal year, we house 101,000 in our stadium. This year, it's going to be more like 20. The students are still getting half-season ticket packages. In a normal year, upperclassmen would get full-season ticket packages. And you don't have to have a ticket to anything else that is not football. And we have over 60 club and intramural sports. This is just a quick slide showing you where our students end up. Over 90% positive outcomes, and DC is one of our top 10 markets where our students end up. For admission, rolling admission, if you're a senior, it's active now. For juniors, it will open in July. $40 app fee, transcript and test score, no essays, no letters of recommendation, no extracurricular activities are considered in our admission process. And as of right now, we can do conditional admission for students without a test score. We'll just need to get one by May 1st. That's not my first choice policy, but that's what it is. We also have merit scholarships that are automatic for students who have test scores. This is your chart. And I need to move on pretty quickly, but students who don't have test scores, this is your chart. So these are for students just based on your transcript and based on your scholarship application, which you can complete once you are admitted. And all of our admission is rolling. It's not early action or early decision. So you can go ahead and apply now, and you still have until May to decide. And finally, this is my contact information. The top link is if you would like a paper packet mailed to you. And then the middle link is if you would like to view our view book online, or obviously you can reach out to me with any questions or if you'd like to set up a visit. Thanks so much, y'all.
Thank you. And up next, we'll hear from the University of San Francisco.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is John Rice. I'm the Associate Director of Admission at the University of San Francisco in beautiful San Francisco, California. Although, as Californian as I am, I'm originally from the East Coast. So I actually did make that journey 3,000 miles for college myself. So if you're thinking, why would I go 3,000 miles from home? I hope that I can share a little about our institution and why this might be a good fit for you. As you're thinking about your college process, it really is all about finding the right fit. Where are you going to thrive? Where are you going to be happy, healthy, successful, and set you up for your future? When you look at the University of San Francisco, we are a classic medium-sized institution. We have a little under 7,000 undergraduates. For y'all, I think that means that it's small enough that it feels like a community. You know, you will see people you know on campus, but it's large enough that you have privacy, that you're meeting new people every day. We are, in terms of the classroom experience, pretty discussion oriented, that average class of about 22 students. So you're going to be seen by your professors and they're going to see you in the conversation. One thing we'll talk about in a moment is our student body. We're the fourth most ethnically diverse college campus in the United States, and we have no majorities on our campus, so students are coming from all over. And the other thing I want you to know, if you've never been to San Francisco, is we are an urban institution, but we are a campus. We have 55 acres. It feels really like a traditional college campus, but it happens to be in the middle of one of the world's best cities. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. If you've never been to San Francisco before, this is what it looks like. It's actually a pretty small city, even though it gets compared to other major cities. It's just 7 miles across, and the University of San Francisco sits in the exact center. We're just 3.5 miles to downtown, 3.5 miles to the beach, about 20 minutes to the airport, and we give every student an unlimited public transit pass as part of your tuition and fees. So I think what's amazing about it is you can really get around very easily and explore everything San Francisco has to offer. The other thing is thinking about your future. No matter your interest, no matter your passion, you're gonna find it at USF and in the city of San Francisco. Think about banks like Wells Fargo and Charles Schwab, headquartered in San Francisco. Think about the history of LGBTQ activism in Harvey Milk, started in San Francisco. Thinking about arts and culture, the incredible things that you could find in this city, you can take advantage of it. Whether it's something you're personally interested in or professionally interested in, you're gonna find it in a beautiful community here at USF. Another thing to know about us is we're a Jesuit Catholic institution. Doesn't mean that we expect you to be Catholic. I'm not Catholic, but it means we have a deep commitment to social justice and service. So although our belief is you're going to figure out religion on your terms, we're going to ask you to think about what it means that you're part of the 5% of the world that's going to have a college degree. So the underlying question at the University of San Francisco that we continuously ask you is, what are you going to do for the 95%? How are you going to serve others and become a servant leader? Biggest way you'd see this is you actually have to take a class in service to graduate. We tie this to your major. So for example, if you were a business major, you might spend a semester in a nonprofit in downtown San Francisco consulting. So you can both do well for yourself and do good for others. I think this also goes to how we admit students and who we're looking for. As I mentioned earlier, the university is the fourth most diverse college campus in the United States. We have students from all 50 states and 98 countries. We have about 40% of our students overall are the first in their family to go to college. And we have students from all different socioeconomic backgrounds. So by going to USF, you're going to meet people you never would have interacted with had you not been here. And you're going to have connections around the world by the time you're done. Academically, we offer about 70 majors. I don't want you to stress yet. We don't actually make you choose your major till the end of your sophomore year, with the exception of our nursing or engineering programs. So this is about discernment. It's about helping you find what you're interested in your future. Kind of a fun fact, 70% of the adults in the United States that went to college, they don't work in the field they majored in. So our education isn't just about your major, it's about giving you skills across the board, from public speaking to writing to critical thinking to analysis. We want you to do all of that as a student at the university. We also connect our academics to action. Being 20 minutes from downtown San Francisco leads to endless career opportunities. We expect every student to do a minimum of 3 internships before they graduate. And we're going to help you find those connections with research or various companies in the city so that you can not just talk about how you went to USF when you graduate, but when you sit in that job interview, you can talk about what you did at the University of San Francisco while you were here. And the options are truly endless in terms of those experiences and opportunities. In terms of the admission process, we are using a contextual process. So we admit about 60 to 70% of the students that apply each year. And we're looking at 2 main things. First is academically, can you do the work? Most of our students are in that A- to B+, or B+ to A- range. But importantly, we're looking for how do you want to change the world? We're looking for that focus on our mission and how you can grow at USF and find our community and find that sense of wanting to make change in society. So I know that California is a long way away for you, but as I always say, and my experience is, it's not 3,000 miles, it's 2 movies and a nap, or if it's Avengers Endgame, 1 movie and a nap. And by going across the country, it's not for everyone, but if it's for you, you're gonna find a new world, and it's gonna open up your opportunities in a way that you probably never expected before. So I know this is just a taste. I hope that you'll stay in touch with me. My contact information is on the screen. My job is to support you in this process. And if you're willing to think broadly and think outside of Virginia and think outside of the East Coast, it could really change your life. So again, really appreciate you all spending the time this morning. And I hope that you are willing to think about your future, possibly on the West Coast at the University of San Francisco, and change the world from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And so next we'll hear from Full Sail University.
All right, hello and good morning, everybody. So my name is Emily Miller. I'm here from Full Sail University. We are an entertainment, media, art, and technology school located down in Orlando, Florida. So I'm going to tell you a little bit today about who we are, what we do, but I am going to start off with a very quick video of a little introduction. So that last second of the video, it said, if you're serious about your dream, you take your dream seriously. That is our motto of Full Sail. If you have a dream to work in an entertainment field like music, art, technology, any of the things that you saw, if you're willing to work for it and that's all you can think about, we are going to do our best to help you get there. So the first way that we do that is through our education model. It is fast. So one thing that sets Full Sail apart, makes us unique, is definitely that we are an accelerated degree program. So all of our 30 plus bachelor's degrees, if you do them on campus, they can actually take 20 months, so just around 2 years. If you do an online program, those are 29 months, so a little bit closer to 3 years. Next up, we have a rolling admissions, like a couple of other universities that already spoke. So we actually start a new class of students every month throughout the year. You don't just have to start in August or January. You can start any other month, and therefore you can apply throughout the year. That goes for scholarships as well. We also have what we like to call real world education. So because we work, or our degrees are in fields that are entertainment based, like filming, creating movies, or creating music, we need you to have hands-on practice making that in advance. So each of our students in their classes, they do learn in a hands-on manner. And they also work on a portfolio project throughout the time of their program, so that way when they graduate, they can actually have examples of work that they have done. And the last thing here that kind of sets us apart is that all of our students receive what's called the Project Launch Box. It's full of gear that'll get them ready for their industry and have them ready for their classes. So each of our students receives one of these. It's a little bit different for our music, writing, entertainment, business programs versus our gaming programs. You can see at the top there's a MacBook Pro. That goes for each of our programs except for ones that are heavy in coding. Those ones receive some sort of HP, so that way students have enough hardware space or hard drive space. So next, a little bit about our student life on campus. We have a lot of fun events and clubs that take place on campus. One that I want to point out is Armada Esports. So we actually have a new, about a year-old esports arena on our campus called the Fortress. This is actually the biggest collegiate esports arena on a college campus in the United States. So we're very excited about this. And our Full Sail Armada team, it's a competitive gaming team. We compete with other colleges, both in the United States and internationally. And they play a lot of games. You could see Fortnite up on the screen here. If you are a gamer and interested in doing esports, we actually are offering scholarships to come to Full Sail and participate in our Full Sail Armada. Next up, a little bit about career development. Each of our students is given a career advisor to help them while they're on campus, and they also take a lot of career modules that help them learn interview skills, resume writing. We don't want you to only be prepared for your future job, we want you to be prepared for how to get a future job. And you can see on the screen a couple of just a few companies that our graduates have been involved in. EA Sports, Disney, Pixar, lots of animators go and work for there. So these are just a few examples. You can read more about this on the Full Sail website. And these career advisors, they don't only help you while you're at school. Through the rest of your life after graduating, you can come back and work with a career advisor and sit in on classes to relearn skills that you may have forgotten. Let me just have this pop up really quick. Lastly, how to get started if you are interested in Full Sail. Of course, check out our website, fullsail.edu. Start thinking about what program might be a good fit. Take a look at our scholarship. This is on our website as well. And then I recommend asking for more information, talking to an admissions guide, getting the conversation started. You could do that by scanning this QR code or going to the link below. You can also email me directly. It's not on the slide, but it should be behind me here. It's elmiller@fullsail.com. You're more than welcome to email me with any questions or drop those on the Q&A here. But I just want to thank you for your time. Please let me know if you have any questions. And again, check out our website, fullsail.edu, for a lot more information than I can share today. So thank you very much.
Fantastic, thank you. And then next we'll hear from Illinois Wesleyan University.
All right, good morning everyone in Virginia. My name is Andrew Starnes and I am a regional admission counselor for Illinois Wesleyan University. I am based in East Tennessee, so I'm actually stationed just right over the border. So getting a chance to talk with you all today briefly about IWU is going to be a lot of fun and looking forward to connect. So one of the things I wanted to point out real quickly is that we were just named #1 job placement school in Illinois, top 10 nationally. And I can't wait to tell you a little bit more about one of the recent college publications called Illinois Wesleyan, the Hidden Gem of the Midwest. So Illinois Wesleyan is located in Bloomington, Illinois. That is about 2.5 hours south of Chicago. So to kind of give you a perspective, it's in between Chicago, Indianapolis, and St. Louis. And Bloomington, the normal area, has about 130,000 people that live there. We're also about 6 minutes from Illinois State University. So ISU has about 20-some thousand students. They bring in a large campus life to the area. So our students get to benefit from that. So it actually makes a really awesome place for our students to be able to grow and learn in, and still have that smaller town living, but also big city connections nearby. So it's definitely not middle of nowhere America by any stretch of the imagination. So we got about 1,700 undergrads. We are an undergrad only university. So we have small classroom sizes. You're not gonna see this. You're not gonna see the large stadium style seating that you're gonna get from some of the larger universities, state universities. It's gonna be very small, very close conversations with your peers, with your faculty. You're going to make sure that you get your questions answered. You're going to have the availability to go and see your professors, meet with your advisors to make sure you are getting taken care of for your needs to get you ready for going into the workforce or into grad school. So that's one of the things that it would be a big benefit for you for considering a smaller university. Now, Illinois Wesleyan is made up of 3 main components. We do have our School of Nursing, almost 100% job placement in the last 2 decades. It is a direct admit nursing program, very competitive to get into, but very high success rate. We have our College of Fine Arts, so our School of Theater Arts. We do have a national ranked musical theater program, BFA acting, so a lot of students from Virginia and my territory in general will apply for our theater arts program, but we have an amazing School of Music and Art as well. And then finally, the College of Liberal Arts contain the majority of our majors. We have everything from pre-med to our 100% actually acceptance into med school through our pre-med program a year ago, to neuroscience, physics. We just added an astrophysics concentration as well. Business, State Farm Insurance is headquartered in Bloomington, so a lot of students will do internships and networking and marketing opportunities with them. Point of it is we have over 80 different major and minors, so if you're looking for a small school deeply rooted in the liberal arts, you're going to have a wide selection at our university. Speaking of that, study abroad, huge at our university. I tell everyone all the time that my motto is that we think a lot like a large university, but just don't act like it, because again, we don't have tens of thousands of students, but our resources are plenty. So we have study abroad. Once we get some normalcy back to travel and international travel, we have our Titans pretty much on about every major continent around the world. We have some fully grant-funded trips, including our Asian Freeman Institute grant to go to Southeast Asia. There's just so many different ways to connect and get our students out and about around the world. Now, diversity and inclusion is a huge motto and main component of our mission statement. So we are growing diversity on our campus, especially for being a smaller school in the Midwest. We're proud to say that 2 of our last 3 classes in 2018 and this past class in 2020 were our most diverse in history of the school. So our Office of Diversity and Inclusion, you'll hear referred to as ODI, make sure that we make students of color feel very welcomed on the campus, especially through our pre-orientation programs, make sure they have a voice and have resources and a great connection right off the bat. So that way we are giving resources to all students of backgrounds, including even economically as well too. We have tons of first-gen students, over 30% in this past class, Pell students, students in financial need. So I can't stress enough, even though we are a smaller liberal arts university, private school, we are pride ourselves in trying to make it as affordable and access to all students and families of background. We are Division III in NCAA. So if you are interested in playing sports, you are always able to reach out to our coaching staffs through a recruiting forum, but we also have esports as well. So if you are looking for an esports opportunity, we are growing in that. We just unveiled a state-of-the-art facility for our esports. We're competing against big schools. We're winning a nationally ranked program through ESPN as well, which is pretty awesome. So just a continuing way to reach out and change with the times of growing needs of students. We do have over 120 different student organizations on campus as well. So just so many different ways for students to be able to connect and feel like they do have opportunities on campus. Again, don't be alarmed by the financial aid. Over 95% of our students will receive some form of financial aid. So we would love for you to still consider us on that. And we do have a free application online. Definitely want to make sure that students are aware that they can apply for free. We're on the Common App as well too. My contact information is here. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to email me or reach out to my direct line, and look forward to working with you.
Great, thank you. And our final presenter for this hour is Mary Baldwin University.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this information session this morning. My name is Nora Maturi. I'm an admissions counselor here at Mary Baldwin. Please feel free to ask me any questions through the chat box. I've also included my contact information at the very end of the presentation if you'd like to get in touch with me afterwards. Okay. So I want to start off with what's really important for us at MBU, and that's our students. Our goal is to help you find your fit, and Michaela, who's a student that we were very lucky to work with here in the admissions office, has shared a brief quote about her experience here at MBU that I'd like to go ahead and read for you all because it really resonates with me. I dealt with a lot of insecurity in middle school and high school, and I was content to hide in the background of every class. Coming to MBU, where some of my classes had only about 12 students, meant that I was given the chance to speak up and feel comfortable sharing my thoughts among a class filled with my peers. So if you're looking for a school that will make you as an individual feel special, then MBU is the place for you. So by putting our students first, Mary Baldwin wants you to take what you learn in the class and apply it into the real world. We have wonderful academic opportunities from the moment you step foot on campus. Students are able to complete internships starting their freshman year. And senior year, they all complete a capstone project. We have many leadership opportunities on campus available to everyone, over 50 clubs and organizations, as well as Division III athletics. So Mary Baldwin is a small university located in Staten, Virginia. We are just 1 block away from our downtown area, which was voted one of the top 20 small best towns in America and best main streets. MBU is one of the most ethnically diverse campuses. Our class of 2022 is 58% students of color, and our campus is represented by students from 39 states and 6 different countries. So although we are a much smaller university, we really want you to feel special and as part of our community. So MBU offers over 50 majors and minors, as well as 11 graduate degree programs. We have roughly 1,000 undergraduate students living with us here residentially, an average class size of 17 with an 11-to-1 student-faculty ratio. And with class sizes this small, really our goal is to make sure that, again, you're a great fit for the university, you're finding your calling while you're here, but then you're also connecting with the faculty members, getting to know your peers, really finding your niche, thinking about next steps after graduation, and getting all the resources that you need to thrive as a student, really. So we are very proud to offer 4 very distinctive programs for women at MBU. The first one is our College for Women, which is a unique program available exclusively to young women. This program builds on strengths and develops leadership skills. The second one is our Virginia Women's Institute for Leadership, and it's the nation's only all-female cadet corps. It builds leadership skills and prepares you for a military career upon graduation. We do offer all branches of the military. And the third program is our program for the exceptionally gifted, which is a unique opportunity for young girls at the age of 13 who are thinking of bypassing high school and attending college. It is highly selective, and it allows these young women to earn a 4-year degree. And the fourth program is our Ida B. Wells program, which is a community for women of African descent who want to explore culture, identity, leadership, and civic engagement while they're here on campus. So I know I've done a lot of talking, and hopefully I've gotten you interested to hear about next steps. Our applications are currently open. You could apply directly through our website or the Common Application. It is a free application. We are rolling admissions. So once we receive your application, we typically get back to students with a decision within 2 weeks. So I would highly recommend that you go ahead and do so. A typical MBU student has mostly A's and B's on their transcript. And this year, of course, considering the current pandemic, we are test optional. And lastly, I did want to talk about financial aid. Our goal is to provide you with an affordable private university education. All students who are accepted receive a merit-based scholarship based on their transcript. And this year, our merit scholarships range between $16,000 and $22,000. And you'll receive this amount every year for the 4 years that you're here at Mary Baldwin. And about 95% of our students do receive financial aid and scholarships. And with the October 1st FAFSA opening, I do recommend that you get to it as quickly as possible, but we typically send out our financial aid packages as early as November. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in getting a better idea of what it would cost for you to attend Mary Baldwin. So thank you so much again for attending the information session. This is my contact information if you'd like to get in touch with me. I'm happy to connect you with folks here on campus, our financial aid office, faculty members, current students, help you set up a visit. So please go ahead and take note of my email and phone number and get in touch with me. Thank you.
Great, so we have just about 6 minutes for any questions. So participants can pop those questions in the Q&A box and our panelists can read them aloud and answer them live on air.
Yes, I'm hoping that you could hear me. We are open for visits, currently doing tours. We have 2 options in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. So if you'd like to come to campus for a tour, we'd be happy to show you around. You could schedule that online on our website directly or get in touch with me if you'd like as well. And I'd be happy to assist you through that process. Thank you.
right, if there are no further questions, we'll go ahead and wrap this webinar up. Thank you all for joining us. When you close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And again, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. And in about a week, you'll also be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. I'm sure I'll see a few of you in the next session starting at the top of the hour. And for the rest of you, have a great day and thanks again for joining us.